Yo, what is popping, people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. You know how we do. Before we get started, we got to give a shout out to the viewers of the channel, to the channel members, and also the subscribers of the channel. But most importantly of all, we got to give a shout out to you, the viewer, for taking the time out to watch the video. While you're here, do us a solid, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that little star at the bottom and hype your boy up. You know what I'm talking about? We appreciate it all. We know our guy, Shedeursanders, had a really so bad game on Sunday. It wasn't as bad as most people think it is, but we will not talk about Shedeursanders without first giving the shout out to our beautiful ladies of the CU Aunties. So if you see the CU Aunties in the chat comment section, make sure you say what's up. Appreciate all the love. Big shout out. Now back to the lecture at hand. Shedeursanders is the presence, and we show talking about this man. You know what I'm talking about. Figure deal me. But Shedeur had a game on Sunday, his first NFL appearance, and didn't go as well as we thought it, as most wanted it to. And a lot of criticism has been about his gameplay. But I'm here to tell you, I told y'all it was bad. Statistically, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as y'all thought it was. We're going to talk about it real quick. Let's go. Now, Shedeur's game on Sunday was kind of porous. It wasn't the glitz and glamour. It wasn't that rah-rah. It wasn't the big boom plays that we were all used to seeing in Colorado. But we shouldn't have expected it to be that, because it was his first NFL start. It was his first time with the ones. It was his first time that the offensive line had even heard his cadence, had even heard him call for the ball. So that was a lot. And he started out okay, ended up 4 for 16, and got blitzed a lot. Only had 2 sacks, but people are talking like he had 60 sacks. Dylan Gabriel had more than one game with 6 or more sacks. He had a few of them. But Shedeur has one game, 2 sacks in a half. Wasn't even a full game. Threw a pick and still almost tied the game up. But people are acting like he had 17 sacks, 5 interceptions, and lost by 50 points. Horrible performance. But I got some people, some professionals, who doesn't think the same as you do. Let's start with Greg Cosell. I think he know a little bit about football. Yeah. If you don't, you better Google him. Let's go, Greg.
You know, it's funny. He's in a position. You know, first of all, he's probably had no first-team reps all season long. Then he goes into a game, and what does he get? He gets Zach Orr dialing up pressures that he's never seen before, has no concept of understanding them in the amount of time that's necessary. It plays into his tendency to hold the ball anyway, which you saw in college. So he had no chance. You can't really blame Shedeursanders for being 4 for 16 and getting sacked whatever number of times it was. He had no chance whatsoever. That's not really on him.
Now, that's Greg Cosell on the Ross Tucker podcast. You heard what he said. Shedeur had no chance. Hey, I told y'all, we fair and balanced over here. We call it like we see it. We call it like it is. First time for everything. First time under center in a professional NFL football game. And everybody acting like he threw 95 picks. But I got a Super Bowl MVP who is highly respected around the league, who did the breakdown of Shedeur Sanders' game, did a full breakdown of each and every freaking play that Shedeur Sanders played on Sunday. And you know what his synopsis was?
I thought Shedeur played a really good football game, right? Clean some things up, make some better throws, all things that I think can get better as he gets more comfortable getting thrown in. We've all talked about not an easy situation to get thrown in without any reps, not expecting to go in, all of that stuff, and come in and play well. But overall, I thought the decisions, when he had opportunities in front of him, were pretty good decisions for the most part. Number of plays, there was nothing there. He's making some positive plays, some things, hey, throw the ball away.
You know, it's funny.
Sacks, something he's got to work on moving forward. But to me, the stats lie in terms of how I thought Shedeur handled the situation, and I expect this week to be even better.
Now, that right there is what you call NFL winning quarterback, NFL MVP, Hall of Famer, Kurt Warner. That's his opinion. You know, it seems to be floating around. A lot of people said it. Go watch the Chase Daniels breakdown. Go watch a lot of these breakdowns. If you know ball, you know ball. If you don't know ball and you just looking at the stats and say, hey, he played bad, it was horrible. There are a lot of other things that go into playing football besides just throwing the ball down the field. There are a lot of other mitigating factors. A lot of people, this is a 11-man team sport. And everybody has to do their part for it all to work. And a lot of people didn't do their job. Yes, Shedeur made some mistakes. He did some things, but it wasn't as egregious or as horrible as a lot of people are saying. I'm not in the Shedeur apologist. I'm not saying that Shedeur didn't play bad. He did. He didn't do the things that we know or he knows he can do. But he was also learning on the fly. His teammates were learning him on the fly. It was a lot of learning on the fly. But I got one more. I got one more NFL former head coach who really does not like Shedeur, who really has been talking about Shedeur being privileged and yada, 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 and all these things this entire time after the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you one, Jay Gruden.
And not really bad. The first one was on a naked pin where he didn't stretch the defense and he threw it right now and Kyle Hamilton almost picked it. Mm-hmm. Remember that? That was a bad play. That's easily coached. You got to get more width and depth, stretch the defense, look for your low cross, and get to the late down flat late. It's called late down flat for a reason. We get to it late. Do it too early. Next one was on the pick. He had pressure on his face. We'll talk about pressure later on. He should have taken the immediate quick out in the flat instead of trying to push it to Jerry Jeudy. I saw what he saw. The corner had his shoulders open. He thought Jeudy would cross face. Jerry fell down or did something. A terrible route by Jerry. Sat down. I don't know what the hell he's doing. That's an honest mistake. But however, if you're coaching a quarterback, you say it's 3rd down and 10. You don't have to force it to the deeper throw all the time. Let your receivers underneath make a play, get the first down. Yeah. And then the last one was 3rd and 10 at the end of the game. They had an out route and a go route. Jerry Judy's wide open on the out route. He tried to throw the go ball to Gabe Lavardian. He's 5'8". You got to know your matchups, right? We're not going to throw a go ball to a 5'8" receiver. He's probably throw it to him in scout team, and that's his boy. Let's give him a shot. Take the out route. Let's move the chains.
Was the accuracy of the ball good, though? Did he?
That was a good ball. That was a good ball.
Now, Jay Gruden, who is a staunch Shedeur Sanders hater, said Shedeur Sanders had 3 bad plays. But I'm going to let Jay continue.
We're not throwing it to Gabe Lavardian on 3rd and 10 with the game on the line. All right, let's throw the out route for the completion and move the chains. All right, that's 3.
Why was Gage Lavardian in the game to start with? That's like we couldn't.
Let's not throw the ball.
He's an undrafted rookie, okay?
But still, it was a good ball.
He get a check on Wednesdays too, so okay.
Yeah, I got. He's in the league. He's in the NFL.
With that being said, that's only 3. He was in 3rd and 8 to 10 at least 8 times. That's not good for a young quarterback. The pass protection was awful. He had no chance on 85% of the play. He had no chance. He had a good scramble for a first down. He had another good scramble. He did some good things. The second play of the game where he threw the check down, the over the ball for a gain of 8, they ran the same exact, this is why reps matter. Ran the same exact play later on with a dagger and a post over the top. He rips the dagger for a gain of 22 yards.
He did.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Same exact play. You can watch how repetition, okay, I got the same play. You know, I could have maybe pushed the dagger. You're looking at the tape. Let's call it again. If they suck up a little bit, I'll throw the dagger. That's what he did. There's a lot of good that he did. I think the poise, I think he looked good. He's got to do a little bit better with ball security in the pocket when pressure comes. He's got the ball hanging down too low. He's going to get that ripped out of there pretty soon. But to only have 3 bad plays in the situations that he was forced to play in, the 3rd and 8s, the 3rd and 10s, the running game, they run a weak Charlie, and they're not blocking anybody, so they're in 2nd and 10. First drive, they got a holding call. They're in 2nd and 18, 3rd and 10. It's a very tough situation. You know, not very many good quarterbacks could succeed. Experienced quarterbacks that play 30 years would have succeeded in those situations with those looks and that pressure on him in that game. Joe Montana could have come out of retirement and had no chance.
Okay.
Not Joe Montana and had no chance with what Shedeur was doing. They didn't have a chance. That man said there's a lot of NFL quarterbacks that wouldn't have stood a chance doing what Shedeur was doing on Sunday, going through the things that Shedeur was going through on Sunday. Hey, let's go, Jay.
With what he was given in that game. So
Joe would have done.
I am encouraged. I think sometimes it's good to get your feet wet. Now the team's going to get to know him. They can hopefully game plan for him. It's still going to be hard, though.
It is, of course.
The blueprint's out there. He doesn't run very good. They're going to blitz him. They're going to get after him. They see that offensive line. There's a lot of weaknesses. Conklin's got a bad ankle. Cam Robinson's got a bad foot, whatever it is. If those guys are hurt, Kevin Stefanski, they got to do a good job of calling plays and get Junkins in. And Junkins, God, he's got to learn how to pass protect. My God.
He does it all.
He got to run through. So they got a lot of issues offensively. It's going to be very important to try to get them outside the pocket a little bit, get the running game going, get some quick game going. But the problem is at receiver, they try to run a quick game. They ran 200 jet Omaha, which we call all the time a little out route and 2 sticks, right? The DBs didn't even back up. They didn't even back up.
Not threatening.
Yeah. So
Scared of nothing over there.
if you got no quick game, the DBs aren't backing up. It's going to be harder. They got to push the ball down the field, but
Back him up.
I just think that there's a lot of narrative on this kid. He's came in there in a really, really tough situation. We know about the reps, but that's what backup quarterbacks are forced to do from hell. We had to play with Josh Johnson one year. He came in on a Wednesday, started on a Sunday. So it happens.
Yeah.
That's
Daddy.
Josh, that's my
football.
guy, man.
That's what pro football's about.
Hey.
So let's eliminate the excuses. Let's watch this kid develop right before our own eyes.
Yep.
Hopefully they come in with a good game plan and hopefully continue to progress. But it will be difficult, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard.
Okay.
Well, now
is
he's got
it
the
fair
whole
to
week.
say you were
All I'm saying is, we didn't say it. I didn't say it. The professionals said it. The professionals said it. But, you know, we don't know nothing about ball over here. All I'm saying is, it might have looked bad, but it wasn't as bad as it was on his part. He did his job. He did more than his job. Yes, he didn't complete the amount of passes that everybody thinks he should have, but it was a lot of other things that got in the way of that. A lot. I've been telling y'all, even while Dylan was quarterback, the play calling is horrible. There was not one screen called on Sunday. And if he would have called 3-4 screens, they would have stopped blitzing so much. Change the game plan. The play calling is bad because on some of them plays, you got 3 wide receivers in one spot. One player can cover everybody. The routes are horrible. You had receivers giving up on routes. You had offensive linemen missing blocks. You had running backs missing blocks. It was a lot. And for his first time touching an NFL field, doing a real live NFL game, there was a lot of bad. Yeah, he drifted a little bit. That come with Shedeur. You just gonna have to get used to it. But anyway, y'all let me know, man. Y'all hit the like button. Do what you do. You know how we get down. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notification bell on. And don't forget to hit the little star down there at the bottom. Hype your boy up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hey, you know what time it is. But I'm going to get out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. Don't forget, Sunday. Oh, we gonna be live for this first start, so y'all better get ready. Get your popcorns, your drinks, everything you need, because we gonna go ham in here. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Y'all be out. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace out.